What up, good people? Ronnell M, and welcome to None of My Woes. And today, I'm going to tell you a story about how I had to resist the devil and his temptations. If you like the content, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. Stay tuned.
I've been on this road, trying to find my way back home. Can't believe I've been gone this long. Gotta be what I was meant for. This narrow path, so never lie.
All right, let's start. So, I have this cousin who was such a bully. He used to beat me up all the time. Mind you, he's 4 years older than me. He used to pick on me. You know what I mean? That's kind of messed up, isn't it? But anyway, this cousin just ended up magically disappearing. I'm off. He just ended up magically disappearing. And to let you know, he went on vacation. If you know what I mean, he went on vacation. So, from middle school to high school, I didn't even know he was on vacation. I don't want to put his business out there where he was, you know what I mean? But when I say he was on vacation, he was on vacation. So, out of nowhere, maybe like 4 years later, he pops up out of nowhere. I just graduated high school, started college. I already did my first semester. Second semester is about to start. And next thing you know, cousin pops up. Nobody else really had time for him. Everybody else had their own lives, working. Ronnell was just going to school, and I didn't have a job. I had a car. Just go to school and come home. Nothing else more than that. So, they put him off on me. But I wasn't too fond of the idea because we didn't get along for so long. But ended up being, cousin was cool. Vacation changed his life. So we end up hanging out every day. And I mean every day. We end up enrolling in the same classes in school and just taking drives. He would wake up in the morning and come to my house, and we just drive for nothing. Just drive around after school and all kind of stuff. Mind you, again, my cousin is 4 years older than me. So he kind of became like that big cousin role or whatever. But anyway, one day, to get to the story, one day he calls me on the phone. I'm at my house. He's at his house. He calls me on the phone and he tells me he wants me to drop him or take him somewhere. So I'm like, cool. All right, I'll be there in like 20 minutes. I'll take you wherever you need to go. So, get in the car. At the time, I lived in Harbor City, which is in Los Angeles County, California. And he wanted me to take him to Los Angeles. So, we went. We drove to the hood. We parked in front of this apartment. And next thing you know, some dude comes to my passenger side, and hands my cousin the handoff. And I was being nosy. I saw exactly what he had. He gave him a pill. I don't know what kind of pill, but it was a pill. So immediately my cousin took the water bottle, popped the pill in his mouth, drunk it, then we took off. The drive was about 25 minutes each way. So, by the time we get to the house, I'm pretty sure this pill was kicked in. So I say pills because when I was younger, I used to always have this idea, don't know if it's true or not, but I used to have this idea that people who drink too much alcohol, do drugs, and all that stuff, that when they do that stuff, it opens their bodies to evil spirits. Hence to why, like, a lot of times people do things that they don't remember. They do a lot of violent stuff, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, back to the story. We get to the house. We go to the kitchen, and he pulls out a bottle of vodka. And he goes, "You want a shot?" I'm like, "Yeah, give me a shot." He gives me a shot. He takes a shot, and then we go sit at his computer. And he's playing all this music from his computer. And then, out of nowhere, I started feeling like I was in a dream. And usually, often I had anxiety, and I used to always feel like I was in a dream state. But I knew how to control it, and I would just take a couple of deep breaths, and then out of nowhere, the anxiety would go away. So this particular day, after I took the shot and after I sat down at the computer, the dream state felt a little different than it usually did. He clicks on Lil Wayne. At the time, it was No Ceilings. When Lil Wayne was popping, you know what I mean? He's playing No Ceilings, and out of nowhere, he just looks at me. He goes, "You like this song?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like this song, And mind you, while the songs had to be at least like a couple of months old or whatever. But he's like, "You like this song?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I wrote this song." And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, "Man, how'd you write this? How'd you even get in contact with Lil Wayne? And you was just on vacation for 4 years." But I didn't say it out loud, but I'm thinking that to myself. And he goes, "I wrote this song. I wrote a lot of songs in the industry." Right? And I didn't mention to you guys that during that time, I was secretly doing music. Secretly. Like, none of my family members knew I did music. It was so under wraps. And I would put it out on YouTube to people that I didn't know. Like, I would never tell my friends, like, "Hey, go check this song out," or whatever. Because I was so self-conscious of myself. But I used to always have this thing about joining the music industry. Not saying I was good enough, but saying if I was ever given an opportunity, would I? And I always was scared because at that time it was always people talking about the Illuminati, devil worshiping and all that stuff. And I used to always ask people questions like, "Well, do you have to do that?" Because I had a cousin who was actually being sought after by some A&Rs and from a certain label, a big label at that. And I used to always ask my other cousin, if that stuff was true in the industry. And I got my answer. So back to sitting at the computer, he's telling me, "I wrote this song. I wrote this song. I have a baby by Beyonce." What? "I got a baby by Snooki." What? Jersey Shore? Like, you was just on vacation? You was watching that on vacation? Or I don't know. But he's saying this stuff, and immediately my spirit told me who I was talking to. I wasn't talking to my cousin anymore. I was talking to the evil that was in him. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. So I'm sitting there, and he's like, "Man, you can have it too. All you got to do is just join us." And I sat there, and I'm like, wow, this is really happening. I'm really talking to the devil right now, and he wants me to join him. He's trying to tempt me into joining him. You can have all the money you want. You can have all the cars, all the girls, everything you want. Just join us. I sat there and I already knew. I already made up my mind, whatever. But the crazy thing about it is, he didn't approach me like he was trying to scare me into it, you know? It was like he was trying to entice me, like, man, this is it, man. You want this, you want, you know what I mean? You want the materialistic stuff? Just join us and you can have it. And I sat there and I said, what if I don't want to join you? And he looks down like this and he goes, you're just not gonna make any money. I mean, you can make music, but you're just not gonna make any money. Because I was afraid that if I would have said no, that I wasn't gonna be able to do music anymore. So that's exactly what I said. I said, what if, you know, am I not gonna be able to do music no more? I mean, you could do money. I mean, you could do music, but you're just not gonna make any money. And I sat there, I'm like, man, money don't mean nothing to me. I love the art of music. I love writing songs and all that stuff. And I looked at him and I told him, nah, I'm good. I'm good. And he looked, you should have seen the look on his face. It was like he was so disappointed that I said no. And he looks down again and he goes, are you sure? Are you sure? And I say, yeah, man, I'm good. I'm definitely sure. And as soon as I said that, everything just went right back to normal. I didn't feel like I was in a dream anymore. My cousin didn't seem like he was being weird anymore. It was just like everything just went back to normal. And I said, bruh, I'm out of here. Shook his hand and I said, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. I'm out of here. And after that day, like, we hung out many more times after that. He never brought it up. We never brought it up. We never talked about it. And the crazy thing is, like I said, he was on vacation. Nobody knew I was doing music. How did he know? You know what I mean? I knew who I was talking to. And that's what happens. The devil, he tries to get us to do things that we don't want to do. He tries to tempt us and bribe us with things that we think are glamorous, when all we need is the glory of God, right? That's all you need. So don't ever let the devil try to take that away from you. And that God will never let that happen. Just continue to have faith and trust in him. Yes, I resisted the devil. And I'll do it again. I don't need any money, any fame, any of that from him. Because I already got it in Jesus Christ. Thank you for watching None of My Woes. If you like the content, please comment, like, and subscribe. I love you guys. Stay blessed.